welcome. My name is Lisa Williams, and I have the pleasure of introducing Miss Kathy Hadizadeh. She is the founder of Heart Mind Tuning in Los Angeles. She's going to be giving a fabulous presentation about how to be a savvy player in organizational politics, something I know that we all could use some help with. She's a world traveler. She's tried all of these techniques on herself, so they are proven methods. She basically focuses on optimization of human performance through mind and brain. So I think it's going to be a lovely topic. I'm going to give her a 15-minute warning at some point, at which point we'll open up for questions, but I'm sure if there's questions along the way, feel free to intervene, and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Well, welcome everybody. I'm Kathy Hadizadeh, and I'm going to address the elephant in the room, my broken foot. And I'm sure you're thinking, well, she's not in the best situation in her life. She's sitting in a wheelchair with a cast and all this spiel. But I can tell you that it's very true. It is painful. It has been painful for the past 4 weeks. But there is a reason that I'm sitting here at this moment with you guys. The reason is, I strongly believe if you take what I'm going to share with you to your heart, it's going to change your life. You leave this room, it's going to change your life. But remember, if you take it to your heart, because cognitively, I'm sure every one of you are talented, educated. There's a reason you're in Southland Tech conference. And the matter is practicing and taking it to the heart that I invite you to consider. Because when you practice it, you'll see how it will change the way you look at your life, not just your career. Career is part of our life, although we spend a good chunk of time on it. So Lisa did a good job of introducing me, so by now you have an idea of who I am. You're going to see how we can become savvy players in organizational politics. So I have divided our talk and our time together today into 2 parts. In the first part, I'm going to talk about what is organizational politics. And also, we are going to talk about why should you care about it. I mean, you are spending your precious time this morning in this conference with me here understanding it. So why? What role does it play for you? And the second half, I'm going to talk about how we can make changes in our mind and brain so that we can move a step forward towards becoming more politically competent. So why should you care? Because simply being good enough in your work is not enough. You all have degrees, you all have education, but I can tell you, even if you have master's, PhD, whatever you have under your belt, you will hit a glass ceiling at one point in your career if you do not consider this other half of the education. And this is the half that nobody talks to us about it in our school. Who talked to you in the school about this? Who? I would like to see if anybody can raise their hand and say, hey, yeah, this is part of the school of life training. This is on the job training. This is what we get for being in a corporate environment. And nobody comes and knocks at the door and says, hey, can you teach me that? Or would you like to learn that? No, that doesn't happen. You have taken the initiative on your own to be here at this moment in time with me here and listen to me as we go through this. So, what is organizational politics? By a show of hand, I want to know how many people think that they know what it is. 1 person, 1.5%? Okay, good. So you see 1.5% out of maybe like we have, how many people? 20 people maybe here? So that's not the biggest ratio in life. So I give you a definition, a textbook definition of what is organizational politics, then I tell you what people normally think it is. The organizational politics, by the textbook definition, is a set of activities that use the state of influence so that there can be more improvement towards an interest of an organization or a person. Now, what do people normally think? People think It is a manager being able to use their power and influence to move their agenda ahead, or the organizational agenda ahead. But when people think that the manager is pushing their own agenda ahead, I tell you what happens. That's how you feel, right? You're like, I am just a player. And then all kinds of these things pop up in our mind. So negative and positive. You see some negative things. I work for a manager who can get things done, who is impactful in the organization. Or I work for a manager that is only thinking about himself. Well, we all have those kind of things. But one thing that I want to ask everybody in here to pay attention to, we're going to change that together today. Negative or positive, leave it off the door. We are here today because the same way that you go to an organization, you go to HR. HR is the person who processes the paper and hires you and all of that. The same way you are having processes, forms, functions in an organization. Organizational politics is just part of the game. It's part of the corporate ecosystem. So let's go with that notion that we are just starting from neutral point. It's not destructive, it's not constructive, it's just part of the game. Are you with me? Yeah? So the next thing is that you want to become politically competent. And what does political competence really mean? It means your ability to understand what you can do and understand what you cannot do. It means know when to take action or talk. We'll go through what this means in a second. Know who will resist your agenda. Know who will be by your side. And know who can help you make the right connections. Look at all of this that I shared with you. There is a lot of information in there that is all coming from you, knowing about yourself, your own power, what you can do, what you cannot do, when to talk, when to hold off the tongue, who needs to be on your side, who you want to have lunch with, who you want to go and have that coffee with. See, so there's a lot of element of you in it. Do I have anybody outside of you in this? No, it's all you. It's your power. Even though we call it politics, and the name is kind of daunting, but hey, it's all about you. So what does it do for you? It gives you the ability to influence other people so you can sell your ideas. How many people in here think that they have some ideas? Everybody, thank you. We all have ideas. That's why we are paid for. Because we went to school, we got the education, we read the things on the Google, we read the news every day on the tech sites. So we all have ideas. But how many of us can execute those ideas? That's another challenge. How many people we can get other people on our side so they can believe in us the way that we can believe in our ideas? How much even do we believe in our own ideas sometimes? Yeah, we doubt it, we have that talk, oh, maybe this is not good enough, maybe somebody else has done it. All of these things goes on, right? So the political competence gives you this ability, and with that comes your career satisfaction, your career advancement, your promotion, your financial rewards, all of these things. Now, you are saying in your head maybe, Kathy, I get it, but what if I just don't want to participate? I'm happy where I am. I want to be an analyst, a project manager, a developer, manager, director, whatever I am, for the rest of my life. I don't want to go up this ladder. I don't want these rewards. I just want to be in my corner. So let's look at that. So there are some repercussions. I'm sorry to say that, but there are some things. I'm being underestimated. That happens all the time with IT. IT and business, they go sit in the room, and honestly, business a lot of time thinks ITs, they are gophers. Just go and do what I'm telling you to do. Why do you even want to bring ideas? I'm the business, I tell you what to do. IT, please deliver. So our ideas are underestimated. You go to that performance review at the end of the year, you have been a stellar. You did all these great things. And guess what? You're passed over for promotion. Just another year. I'm a victim of downsizing. Hey, layoff is part of the game. We all know that. If anybody doesn't know that, get over the fact. This is just corporate America. It happens. Now, if they're laying off 2,000 people and you're in the first 10 people to go, something to think about, right? How could this company survive without me out of all these 2,000 people? Maybe they can't even survive, but that's the notion they have of you. I'm not getting the credit I deserve. You do all the work, and guess what? There's the party, the spotlight is on somebody else. And you're like cringing, you're eating that dinner, but you're not enjoying that dinner. Because you're like, oh my God, this is me, this is my idea, this is all I did. I've hurt my career by speaking out. Okay, time to get reality check. We all see those beautiful pictures in our corporate walls that they say, be forward, speak the truth, integrity matters. And it does, trust me, it does. But there is a way to say things, and there is a place to say things. Both of them, way and place. That's what we need to learn. I don't have the right network. Everybody has a buzz in the corporate world around them. I bet you, each of you, if you go and ask around, you'll see there is a perception people have about you. It's just, human beings. We have perceptions about everything, right? The moment we hear of something, we build a perception. And if you don't know that buzz, the chances are a trash talker is behind you. So you need to have allies everywhere, guys. Allies who hear those things and come and tell you, so you can do some damage control. I did not see it coming. I can't tell you how many people, in this work, how many people come to me and say, they just fired me, but I didn't see it coming. Who sees it coming? If you could see it coming, they wouldn't have fired you. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. It feels like a gut in the punch, and it feels, I think, more hurtful than my food. That kind of a thing, that somebody is after you to sabotage your career. They remove your resources, they cut off your budget, or they send you to corporate Siberia, right? We all have had that experience. So is there anybody in here who is going to tell me, I don't care about political competency anymore? Anybody? Okay, so we all are in agreement. So let's see how we can move forward. What is the action plan? Build relationships and allies in your organization. Lead your agenda with flexibility. Okay, let's stop here. Flexibility. You go to that meeting, you're dead set that this is what I'm going to get out of it. Read the room. See what's happening. Who is in that room? Maybe the boss of your boss came to that room. Do you still want to talk about that? Maybe not. Maybe this is not the right time. Know the extent of your power. See how powerful you are. When I was in one of my companies, and we had an ERP that was AS400, our AS400 programmers were king. The company was a manufacturing company. If the ERP was down, everybody was dead, in a way, right? So the AS400 people were worshipped like gods. The moment we started talking about changing ERP to SAP, guess what? The worshipping stopped, and even some other talks came into the play. Know your power, know where you stand in the food chain. Be in touch with when and how to express yourself. We just talked on that. Learn to stay present. We're going to talk more about that. Sometimes